Hello everybody, I hope you guys are having a great day. Palantir finished the day of 5% up. The question is, why was Palantir up? One of the reasons is the entire market was up, but there are two specific reasons that I want to talk about. The first one is going to be about the Lockheed Martin partnership, and the second one is going to be about the Cleveland Clinic 10-year deal that was just signed. Before I go any further, please give me the likes, the shares, and subscribe. And I apologize that I'm not giving you more content. Today is my last day in Dubai, and then I go home. Before I go any further, this is the difference in lighting. Right now I have the window shades open. This is natural sunlight. Before I was recording under the bedroom light, and they're yellowish lights. It's not called daylights. It's a yellowish tint. And there's a huge difference in the way the videos come out. I don't think anybody cares about this, but I'm still going to give you guys a little bit of this back of the scenes things. So Palantir signs a partnership with Lockheed Martin. We don't know how much money this is for. And it's to modernize the U.S. Navy's combat systems. So Lockheed Martin is going to be doing combat systems like the hardware. And Palantir is providing the software. Now it's not going to be Palantir Gotham. It's actually going to be Palantir Apollo. And Lockheed Martin made a statement about this. They say we try to provide the best type of service, affordable and most efficient. And it's the last mile, right? The end of the services that we provide that's most important. And we need to be able to deploy on real time through cloud, on-site services, and off-site services. I did a full video about this on my TikTok actually, so I guess it's not a full video, but when I get back, I will do a full video. It's kind of hard because I have no editing tools. Internet is still trash over here, so sorry about that. Now, let's talk about the Cleveland Clinic. Before I go any further, what is the Cleveland Clinic? Cleveland Clinic is one of the largest hospitals in the world. It has a 170-acre campus. It has 11 affiliated hospitals, 19 family health centers. They're located globally in Cleveland, Ohio, Florida, Nevada, Toronto, United Arab Emirates, shout out Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and the UK. They have over 6,000 beds worldwide. 6,000 beds worldwide, and Cleveland Clinic is considered to be one of the most efficient hospitals already. So they're already like high level. Now, they signed a 10-year partnership with the Cleveland Clinic for a virtual command center. They're going to use AI to predict admissions and discharges. And the three things that they're going to focus on is demand, staffing, and hospital beds. They're going to take data from years, right? Cleveland Clinic is around, I believe, 1920s. They're going to take data from years and try to predict when something is needed, when something is not needed, when there could be a rush, when there cannot be a rush, and try to, as per Shyam Shankar, who did an interview with Fox, says, plan and react to what's not planned. So not only is it about planning, but so you've got to be proactive and reactive. Of course, everybody wants to be proactive, right? Figure things out before they happen, but you also need to be able to react when something does happen, right? It's not always best case scenario. So that was very interesting. So they want to make all weights, including ER, much more efficient. And again, Cleveland Clinic is already super efficient. So Shyam Shankar also said a couple of interesting things. He says that healthcare is actually its third largest vertical, which means that it's its third largest moneymaker. And again, he said it's a market that is pretty much untapped and a market that they're already dominating in and they're going to grow in. They did start talking about the NHS, and they asked them about data protection. And they said that Palantir is all about data protection. And they said this happens all the time. You can't get into healthcare, private and government, without questions about patients' data. He says that they have a system called purpose-based access control. And that's how they protect data. He made a quote. He says, we deliver value in any use case. So he was asked about the stock price and why is the stock price down? And yeah, we got a 5% boost, but it's still down. And he says, listen, eventually the stock price should reflect the company. He says, we're just focused to bring value. He brought up a couple of instances like Tyson Foods, how we brought value to them when they use them. And he brought up a bunch of other little, a couple of different examples of how Palantir works and brings value. Listen, Snowflake has a shitty earnings and is up 7%. Palantir has amazing news and is up 5%. Like, it's effing comical. It is so effing comical what's happening with Palantir. It's like ridiculous. They could do no right. And people still call Palantir like a fluke, a shit company, it's fake. Like, yo, we literally see it right before our eyes, what they're doing, who they're working with, and what they could do. It's insane. And we barely get any movement. Look, it's all about the healthcare. We're going to get the NHS contract, I believe. There's a lot of pushback, but at the end of the day, do you want to hate on Palantir or do you want to save lives? That's the difference. And it's crazy that people still hate on Palantir when Palantir literally is saving lives. Palantir is literally doing what nobody else does and what nobody else could do. That's the craziest thing, right? So they have like complete systems, that purpose-based access controls that Shyam Sankar was talking about, and people don't even take that into account. All they're doing is hating on it, and this is all funded by certain groups. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but this is literally what's happening. Look, Palantir is moving into healthcare, private, public, and also somewhere in between. They're tackling supply chains, and like I said, if we're good for governments, we're going to be good for the biggest hospitals in the world. I've said this on many of my different videos. The Cleveland Clinic is just one such example. And there's probably dozens of Cleveland Clinic type hospitals. Most hospitals are chains. So if you could manage ER, if you could manage staff, if you could manage supply chain issues, if you could manage catastrophes and non-catastrophe type days, then it's a win. And Palantir is literally the only one that could do this. It's hilarious what's happening right now. Palantir is literally for everybody. Palantir is over 50 different industries. Over 50 different industries. And then they were talking a little bit about how they're working with Ferrari and how they're working with other companies. And yeah, I think Palantir is dominating healthcare. I think healthcare is just the beginning. I think healthcare is going to grow. I do think Palantir is going to get either the whole contract or the lion's share of the, NHS contract. That's going to be £360 million, hopefully. And I think that Palantir has a bright future. What's happening right now with the price, it's not reflected. And honestly, it just gives people a chance to buy in before the price takes off. But we honestly just think about the last 2 months, what news we had. 900 million plus contracts, the Lockheed and Martin contract right now, the Cleveland Clinic contract right now, probably the NHS contract, probably next year the Titan contract. The future is definitely bright for Palantir. Like, share, subscribe. Not financial advice, purely entertainment and education. I'll see you guys back in Brooklyn. Thank you.